What is going on, people? You're on the lifeboat. This is Captain Calhoun speaking. Good morning to all of you. Thanks for showing up. I'm pretty tired, but we're gonna do a little bit of boat time and talk about it. Maybe I keep finding little holes where the baseboard meets the floor where it's not sealed properly. And last night I witnessed roaches coming in and out of these areas. So I went to town with the stuff and I've seen more roaches since I put the poison out than ever before. And maybe that's a good sign, but it definitely freaked me out last night. I felt them crawling on me. I was eating a bowl of cereal last night, and one crawled on my hand that was holding the spoon right here. It just seemed like the gall on these bugs. Um, so, anyways, yeah, I didn't sleep very well. I wrote it all down and then got up and tried to be a little physical and do some cleaning, and man, it was just hellacious last night. I tell you what. Charlie Mullins, good morning. Miss Sunrise Dawn, Nesquik Milk, I live for now. What is going on, folks? Jason P, Deaudre Gore, thank you for the suggestion. I didn't mean to reply quickly that way or anything like that. I really do appreciate you. I'm just losing my mind a little bit. Keep the lights on, says Brianna Miller. That's what I do. Sometimes I do. But my power bill is pissed at me. But yeah, dude, we're doing what we can. Nesquik Milk, welcome in. Good to see you. I don't know if I've ever said hello to you, but hey there. Flick Fox, hello. Helena Flock of Swan Boats, good to see you. I hope you got more sleep than I did last night. Well, yeah, guys, I don't have anything prepared. I was just dealing with that crap all night, And as before I was going to bed, I was feeling really, really emotional, and I don't know what was causing it, but I was feeling all kinds of. What is this? I was feeling all kinds of thoughts that were coming unbidden. Crazy thoughts like nobody loves me, and crazy thoughts one after the other that are obviously not true, right? So I tried to write them all down and get physical, and then I ran into all the roaches, and it just was one problem after another last night. I reached out to my dad, and he's apparently sick this morning, which is awesome. I mean, it's not awesome, being sarcastic in a bad way. But yeah, let's get some ones up for my roaches and for my pops, I guess. Because he was vomiting this morning, I think. Truth be told, I think he was vomiting. Lumen, good morning. Oh, and speak of the devil, there's one right here on my screen, covered in the poison. It's very effective stuff. It allows them to run around. Krista Melinda, good morning. The Arabian Bard, hello. My other's keeper, good to see you. What about Flex Seal? Do you remember those infomercials? I think I do. I mean, I could do that myself, right? I feel like the apartment complex needs to pay for these materials and then pay me for my time. You know what I mean? They probably would respond with, well, we pay our guys for that. Well, I don't think your guys, I don't know. I think that given enough time, the poison will work. And if it doesn't, I don't know what I'm going to do. Dawn Gloves, good morning. I may fall asleep again. Hope everyone has a great day. I won't take up too much of y'all's time with this griping and complaining, but that's how I'm feeling this morning. I'm feeling like rah, if you know what I mean. And B. Moore, good morning. Carol Ann, hello. For my roaches, absolutely. I need help. Help me. But I think it's working. I think, who knows, right? I have sealed up all of those little cracks with the stuff. Since the sun's out, since the sun's out, the guns are out. No, since the sun's out, I'm going to get, there's a little crack in the wall, or there's a space between the baseboard and the floor right under the window leading outside. And it was dark last night, so I didn't hit that, but I'm going to do that this morning. And I really would like my kitchen back too, because the stuff is just all over the place and I don't want to eat the stuff. So yeah, it's been It's been a little crazy over here. Mimi Pacheco, hello. Thank you to all the mods as well. That's right. Mimi says ones to all the mods. You guys are the best mods in the biz. I appreciate you. You put up with a lot. Get a lot of crazy people coming through, don't we? The coffee's finally ready. Oh my. It's not cold enough to drink yet, but we can smell it. We can smell it. Maybe they're coming from my neighbors. I would almost guarantee that everybody has roaches here. I talked to my friend that used to live here that had the bed bug issue, and he said there were roaches and rodents when he lived here. So at least I don't have rodents. Get a gecko or a bearded dragon. They love roaches. That doesn't sound like a terrible idea. I have a bunch of friends actually that have lizards and stuff. I don't know if a bearded dragon is what Ashley had, but Ashley had this lizard that maybe I can find a picture and show you guys. Lizard with obtuse tail. Those look like regular tails to me. This thing had a tail that would like go bigger and then smaller. It was the weirdest looking thing. Lizard with fat tail. This guy. My friend Ashley had one of these. And it was a huge lizard. And I love this lizard, but he died. He's sadly no longer with us. I forget his name, but he had a name. I used to go over to Ashley's house and Ashley and Bunny's place, and this guy would just be in the bathtub taking a bath. And this is a small one. This looks small. The one that she had was huge. It was absolutely huge. Dale Cox, good morning. Don't your landlords have to sort those things out by law? Over here, I reported mold to the council when I was renting, and they condemned the building and gave the landlord 2 weeks to fix it. Well, maybe I should report it to the council instead of the landlords, because I feel like, judging by the story that and by my interactions with the people, but the stories that Nathaniel told me, I think that I would expect them to blame it on me for uncleanliness or something. I was actually looking up the laws last night, and they are responsible to do stuff for that unless it's due to like a tenant's uncleanliness or whatever. But like, it's not unclean in here, so I don't know if that's a realistic fear. But in my mind, it's not worth telling them. But maybe I should anyways. I don't know. I'm definitely considering it at this point. I don't want to create more problems than there already are, right? And I know that sounds silly, because it is silly, but it's possible that they just like someone's going to come in my space and put down poison that's bad for me, and then it's not going to fix the problem, maybe because they're not going to spray the whole unit. They're just going to do mine, right? Or the whole building, just my unit, right? Which is what Nathaniel said they did. So I don't know. I could also go down there and be like, look here, I have roaches. Are you aware of this? And if they say no, I feel like there's no point going forward, because they've got to be aware. Like, these aren't the first roaches that have been here, you know? And if I've got them this bad, my neighbors have got them bad. So they have to be aware of them. So if they're going to lie to me, that doesn't bode well, right? So maybe I should test the waters. I don't know. Maybe I should test the waters. My gut abides no lies. It knows. It knows. I had a rodent infestation, says Lori Abs. By the way, good to see you, Lori. I've missed you. And the landlord did nothing. The city did nothing, but it's LA. A neighbor was feeding out. There's another one covered in the poison. It's crazy because they get like all chalky and white, like they took a bath in white stuff, but they still run around and stuff. And then sometimes I'll find them upside down dead, covered in white stuff, but maybe they just took more time. I don't really understand, and my brain doesn't have a whole lot of sleep, so it's not working great. I think it's going to be fine with some time. Carol Ann says, we had scorpions. Oh my, and I put out traps, but I only caught baby lizards, so I stopped using them. I like having lizards. Don't have any roaches. I went scorpion hunting once with a black light. Did you know that they glow iridescently under a black light? I thought that was the coolest thing. One time, way back in the day, before I got sober. My friends and I were doing a fire performance in Moab. And there's this thing called spagyric, and I don't know if I'm going to explain it very well. Maybe I could look up a definition to help me. Oh, it's spelled the medical power of spagyrics. So it was described to me as it's like a little, like an elixir or like a tincture that's made from all the parts of an animal. So we had scorpion spagyric that was made from the scorpions at the place. I think someone in our crew made spagyric out of a scorpion that they found on the trip. And we all did some of this spagyric beforehand, before our performance. And I have to say, I didn't really expect anything crazy. I was a little nervous, like, what the heck, we're going to drink scorpion, right? But, and it was like in a little, just kind of like how we do capsation. It was the same deal. And it didn't taste like anything. It wasn't weird or anything like that, but it made me feel very strange, kind of cool. It made me feel like low to the ground, if that makes any sense, and like very focused. And after that, so everybody on the crew did this spagyric. We did the most tight performance I have ever performed with them. It was very interesting. And I don't know if it was just in my head or what, but the scorpion spagyric really locked us in. I don't know why that story came out of my mouth just now, but the scorpions made me think of it. And I might have to do some reading on spagyrics now because I have that page up, but interesting concept. At the end of music, good morning. Mayhem and Miracles, good morning. I love that name. That sounds like me right there. Did you say good morning from Ontario, Canada? Heck yeah, welcome in. Glad to see you here. Submit complaint to management, says Catherine McGinnis, and counsel in writing. Always keep documentation. Yeah, I was going to take pictures of them, but I've already got the poison out everywhere. Test those waters. It's worth a try, says Brianna. This sounds maddening. I'm losing it. I'm telling you what, I'm losing it. Dale says it's starting to get things together, so I guess it's going okay. Just having to take my time. Well, I'm glad to hear things are coming together, man. Sometimes perfect timing feels like I'm too late. And I remind myself of those words a lot. Because it never happens in the time I want it to. Mimi Pacheco says, sleep with cotton balls in ears. I had to take my brother to emergency because one went into his ears during the night. The movement was driving him crazy. They had to remove it. Not pleasant. I feel like I wouldn't be able to sleep with cotton in my ears. I could probably sleep with like headphones or something. This is a very interesting statement. I do not wish that upon anybody. That sounds insanely uncomfortable. Carol Ann, this sounds awesome. My gram caught roaches in a jar and took the jar to the landlord's office. Think he was afraid she would open the jar in his office. He took care of things. Well, maybe I'll do that. Now that last part is what makes me nervous. He took care of things. What are they going to do? You know? And maybe it's my trauma and my bad experience with landlords, but I feel like nothing will be done. I feel like whatever is done will make it worse. You know? And when I say worse, I don't mean there'll be more roaches. I mean, I'll be dealing with a crappy landlord and crappy roaches, right? Which right now I'm just dealing with crappy roaches. Sounds like time to spend a few days with a friend or relation. It may be. That sounds like a great plan. I could literally just douse the house and the stuff. Although I was trying to sweep it up today, did not sweep very well. It just kind of ground into the fake floor. So I'm hoping I didn't make a mess I can't clean up now, which is terrible. Place the sticky traps all around your bed. Bed legs, they won't get up to your bed. I'm not super worried about them getting on the bed. I don't think that they do. I don't think that they can. I don't think that they can walk on part of the bed without getting stuck. So I think I'm good. on that note, but I appreciate the suggestion. Roaches look like they have wings, but I've never seen them fly, so I think that they're for show. Roach gel is good. I slept all day, so couldn't be bothered driving 3 kilometers to the big hardware shop. Interesting. Very, very interesting. What kind of bait am I using? The paste or the powder? I'm not using that. I'm using diatomaceous earth. Here, let me show you. And allegedly, this stuff, the way that its molecules are structured is like razor blades to bugs and to bacteria. So it'll kill like your gut flora if you ingest it. But it's other than that, it's not harmful to humans. So that's why I chose it. I can put it everywhere and not worry about it, right? I don't necessarily want to get it on my fingers and start touching my eyes or anything, right? But it's not going to hurt me. Like, it's not going to really seriously hurt me. It'll just maybe, there are some things I want to be aware of, but I have that stuff literally lined around the entire house, the kitchen, the stove. I started dumping it behind the stove because I feel like that's where they're living. And then I seen them coming out of like the cracks in the cabinets and stuff, and it's just absolutely nuts in there, man. Nat B says I use that stuff in my garden. Yeah, this came highly recommended from a friend of mine back when I lived in my studio in Salt Lake, and I had big roaches. Like, at least these roaches are like little guys. Like in Salt Lake, they were like bigger than quarters. They were like, I seen some that were like this long. It was a little out of control over there, and they lived outside, so I didn't really know exactly what to do with that. But if I could have put the diatomaceous earth on the border of the house, I never did. So, finally using that advice that Taji gave me. Speaking of, I haven't reached out to him. I probably should and see how he's doing. Headed into class, says Kristen Melinda. I hope you have a great day, Kristen. Thank you for the good vibes and the prayers. Much love. Have a good day, all right? Happy Sunday. I forgot it's Sunday, people. It is Sunday, people. Got 3 hours of sleep on a Sunday. I'm going to enjoy this delicious coffee cacao blend. It's better every time I have it. I wonder if I still have the receipt for that stuff, guys. If not, I could just go buy another. I am evacuating this time, but terrified. I hope everything's all right, Shannon. Do you live where the hurricane's going on? And are you alone, or are you with family and friends? These are important questions. You know what's funny? Nat B from Canada says they like heat. They like to stay behind fridges and microwaves. My stove top has a digital clock with like the green numbers. You know the classic green digital clock. And sometimes it looks like the center number is like not there. And I investigated it, and roaches will slide up under the screen, but on top of the numbers, which is strange to me. I don't understand. And it will sit on top of the number. It must be a little bit warm there. And I'll go and like push on it, and I can't. It doesn't have enough give to crush the roach, which is probably a good thing, because if it did, it would be stuck on top of the number, which I only thought of just now. Shannon Smith, I know the feeling. I can't be homeless again. I would hate to be homeless again. So is the hurricane affecting you? What's going on? Directly in the path. Going to a hotel. Let's get some ones up for Shannon. And let's get some ones up for anyone else that's affected by the hurricanes. Yeah, I hope you can get some friends or family nearby, Shannon. That's always a good thing in times like this to have company, to have good company. Goes a very, very long way. Johnny, good morning. I had them in an apartment and I spent like $200 and used it all. DE and sprays plus gel. After 2 weeks, I seen one again. So retreatment. They all died that time. Interesting. So I'm just gonna have to stay the course. This is good. This is good. That means that there's an end in sight, and that is solace enough for me. You know what I mean? Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate that very, very much. This is the kind of testimonial I want to see right here. I've been seeing lots of doom and gloom and thinking lots of, the office won't help and the diatomaceous earth is having mixed results. So maybe I'll go get some poison as well, huh? I don't know. I definitely am going to completely spread that stuff, though. I'm looking around and it's not everywhere. It's everywhere that I saw roaches coming in and out, right? But let's leave no stone unturned, no crack unfilled, so to speak, huh? No freeloaders allowed, says Robin Miners. Yo, I love that picture. Is that your dog playing football? That is the cutest pic. I love it. Good morning, Robin. Always a pleasure. I hope this message finds you well. I know what you mean, Robin. Lacey Silver, good morning. Well, guys, that's all I have to say. That is literally all I have to say. I hope my dad feels better. He said he was projectile vomiting this morning. That's what he told me. And I said, well, dang, I guess I'll do the show. I was like, I'll do it. It's fine. I'll feel bad if you do it now. Watching football on the couch today. Let's go. Who's playing? Oh, there it is. Don't pay attention to that. I think I'm all right on the tincture today, Dale. I'm not feeling 100%. But will you do some for me? I do have it right here. I was thinking about it. And then I tasted it. Like my brain just gave me a taste, and I was like, "Ooh, very nice." But I think I'm gonna pass for the morning. Let's do some tomorrow, if that's all right. Thank you, Dale. I appreciate you. Johnny says fridge, stove, and behind smoke alarms. Interesting. Anything with electricity. I figured I'd pay rent, and they don't. Also, I covered basically everything with diatomaceous earth. So I have a question. Once you covered everything with diatomaceous earth, how were you living in there for that time period? Were you just kind of like living with the diatomaceous earth? Or is there some trick to using my kitchen and sitting on the couch when there's diatomaceous earth everywhere? Like basically I'm asking him, am I just going to have to be a little bit uncomfortable while it's out? Or is there a trick to, like, I feel like I can barely use the kitchen right now. Maybe I need some like riser trays, like some like TV dinner trays so that I can do stuff on top raised up. I mean, it can't harm me, but it will do to my gut flora what antibiotics will do. It will clear me out, which I don't want that, right? It'll do to my gut flora what it does to roaches. It's food safe for farm animals, people. Like it's food safe, like it's safe, but it's going to clear my gut flora out, which is uncomfortable. I don't want that. Perhaps mothballs. What are mothballs? This is a concept that I've known about since I was a child, but I've never took the time to figure out what they actually are. Give our best to Tommy, says Jane. When you talk to him, much love, strength to you both. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It helps a lot. I tell you what, when y'all put the ones up and send us and think about us and whatnot, it definitely helps a ton. It does not go unfelt. Keep all pastas, flour, cereals in containers. That's what I have started to do, is move things over. I haven't found anything inside anything yet, but I know that I will if I don't. Good morning, Spanx. Whine a little bit more. Good to see you. The roach talk terrifies me to my very core. I haven't seen a roach since moving to Canada. Whoa, I might have to move to Canada. I have to say, Do they not have them in the cold? That's a wonderful reason to go live in the cold. I went to a friend's house for a couple of days because I used poison too, but yeah, I'd say 1 week of being uncomfortable. Okay, that sounds realistic. That sounds doable and realistic. And again, I apologize for talking about the roaches. It's just it's like it's all consuming in my head right now. So I don't mean to disturb anybody. I am deeply disturbed myself. Marcy Pokes, thank you very much. Appreciate your support. That is the cutest little sticker. Look at that guy. Oh my. When I see cute little animals, I always want to send them to Takara because she's like the animal lover. I don't know. They always remind me of her, I guess. They're definitely coming in from other apartments, Kathleen. And, I wonder what it looks like for my neighbors. I will say, I was talking to Nathaniel about his experience when he lived here, and I think this was a number of years ago. I'm not entirely sure about the exact number of years, but he said that he talked to them about the bed bugs, and then they sprayed his unit, and then the bed bugs would move to his neighbor, and then the neighbors would say something, and they would spray the neighbor's unit, and then they'd move back to his place, right? And he said it got to a point where they were unwilling to do it properly. He started talking to his neighbors and figuring out what was going on with them. And then the apartment complex tried to say that he was like trying to start an uprising, or I forget what the words he was using. But they were not very happy that he was talking to his neighbors about the bed bugs. And it became a thing. Like they went to court over it. So I don't know. That might have been 8 years ago. I don't know the number. But regardless, that freaks me out. I don't want that to be my reality. I don't want that relationship. I love my surface level, super fake, super nice, happy relationship that I have with the landlords. I love it, and I don't want that to change. I don't want to know who these people actually are, and I don't want to have to show them my mean side, or my like putting the foot down side, the Mike standing his ground. I don't want to have to show them that at all, because nobody likes it. He only comes out when it's necessary. Yeah, bed bugs are way worse. Here's another one. Yeah, you see my finger coming, don't you? Bow, bow, bow. It's never taken 4 to lift him off of the desk and into the distance before, but that one took 4 flicks. He's way over there now. I kind of make a game of it too, because otherwise I'll just lose my mind for real. I try and see how far I can flick them, or like how many I can smash going like the DK ground pound with like flip flops or something. Make a little fun game out of it. Roaches can be brought in with boxes from grocery stores or elsewhere. Interesting. When you say that, you mean brought in to prove it to the office, right? We have a mall here I never go to as I don't like the stores, and they're covered in bed bugs. So many pics taken and posted where and what stores. In the stores. Wow. Burn it down, dude. What the heck? I'm not telling you to burn it down. I'm just saying in general, that place should be burnt. Maybe this is a good excuse to get a kitty. It may be. It may be time to get a kitty. The thing is, what if I change my mind and then you can't return the kitty? You know what I mean? It's a living thing. It's a little kitty, I don't think I would change my mind, but I get stuck in the deciding phase sometimes. Can you tell? Can you tell I have trouble making decisions? The Pisces in me is just like swimming back and forth. He doesn't know where he wants to go. I guess technically there's 2 fish in the Pisces, huh? Constantly circulating. Please hold. Oh, fantastic. I reached out to Izzy this morning to see how she was doing because I haven't seen her in a while. Just wanted to check on her, and things are going great. I did not read the whole message just now, but the first couple sentences said amazing things, so I'm satisfied with that. Just wanted to make sure, you make friends and then you don't see them for a while, and you worry about them, you wonder about them, and you hope things are going absolutely wonderfully, and it turns out they are. That's awesome. Just read you shouldn't squash cockroaches. They spread pathogens that can make you sick. Interesting. I've heard that they can carry all kinds of diseases that can get in your food and stuff too, which was the part that really started freaking me out because they're everywhere. They're all over my silverware. They're in my dishwasher. It's absolutely insane. I haven't found them in the food, but they don't need to be in the food if they're on my forks, right? Or on my spoons. I don't want to talk about it anymore, to be honest. It's bumming me out. I'm going to go for a run this morning or something. I'm going to go do something I don't normally do. I'm going to do something novel this morning. Get my head out of the game and into something else. Snot face, what's going on? Wonderful to see you. It's been a while. As someone terrified of bugs, I can honestly say that trying to fall asleep every night knowing there were going to be bugs crawling on me was one of the hardest things. There's another one. Bow, bow. I'm missing my aim. Sometimes if you blow on them really hard, they kind of like fly away like a tornado caught them. That's always fun. Trying to fall asleep every night knowing there were going to be bugs crawling on me was one of the hardest things to get through. I tell you what, I always feel bugs crawling on me when I try to sleep, and it's in my head. I don't know why this is. It's like my hair's moving or something. But now it's actually possible that they are bugs. So it totally freaks me out. But I try to push that thought away from me because they're not going to hurt me. They're just going to like use my body warmth, right? I definitely don't have bed bugs, folks, just for the record, which is a blessing. I'm grateful for that. Ooh, incense before bed. I definitely need to get some candles or some incense. I recently ran out of all my stuff. It's starting to smell like a non-scented house again, which is fine, but I prefer it to smell good. I also was thinking last night, I miss how Papa Scoville smelled. Like I miss that smell a lot. I want to go get some of that cologne that he used to wear. Well, I've got Diatomaceous earth all over the whole house, Snot face. We got that stuff right here. Bow, 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 bow. And I'm hoping that it works sooner rather than later so I can have my kitchen back. Once treated a patient with scabies. Ugh. Are you a nurse, Brianna? Yeah, I don't know where that comes from, the feeling the bugs crawling under my skin, but like it's been as long as I can remember. I've had that. Only when I'm trying to do something though. You got the same bag? Hell yeah. No, I looked up where to buy it. Ace Hardware is literally a block from here. I walked down there. Bing, bang, boom. Bada bing, bada boom. I got some Diatomaceous surf. Vitamin B12 deficiency can cause you to feel like things are crawling on you. I wonder if I have vitamin B12 in my drawer. I have a bunch of vitamins I don't take. All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go do that novel experience and get my head out of the Roach closet. So, much love to all of you. Thanks for showing up to support me. Thanks for hanging out. I love you guys. You guys are the best. Boiling water nixes the ones you can see. I have done that a couple times. I actually got some of the water on me, so I stopped doing it. I'm quite clumsy. But hit that like, subscribe, and the bell for notifications if you like what we do here. This is not what we normally do here. This is a spur of the moment. I don't know what to do, boat. So much love to all of you. And we'll see you next time. Captain Calhoun out.